Yes, people, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel, people. As always, make sure that you lot are smashing up the likes. Make sure that you lot are subscribing to the channel. Road to 10K. Love for 7K. I'm nearly on 7.1 already, people. So love for the support every single time. We've got a big show today, man. You know what I mean? We've got more people joining as well. Ads is going to be here soon. AJ should be here soon as well. Because, bro, we haven't won a trophy, of course. But like the title says, the only London club with real European heritage is back where we belong, right?
No.
We are back in Harrods. We are back in Selfridges, bro. Yeah? And we need to act like it in the summer. So we're going to speak about a lot of things. We're going to speak about Maresca. We're going to speak about the fact that we've got the third best defense in the league. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about how our midfield have performed. We're going to talk about everything, bro. What these sporting directors need to do. We've got a big show, people. So like I said, make sure that you lot are smashing up the lights. Make sure that you're leaving your comments in here as well, people, man. But what you lot saying, first of all, boys? You lot good?
Yeah, man.
Is that color thing?
Yeah.
Wait, what kid is that, Couch? Is that 20? Let me see. I can't see the.
So, come on, man.
You asking what this kid?
If you don't know this kid, man, I'm questioning your proper Chels, man. You don't know this kid?
Put it down a little bit, man. This is 20.
Brethren.
Oh, 20.
Come on, son. Come on, son.
Oh my god.
Listen,
I don't wear Adidas, bro.
Nah, boy. But listen, yeah. I can't
That's
lie.
one has Drogba on the back and it has Champions League credentials on it. That's what I wear.
Yeah, man. I need to get some old tops back. I can't even lie, bro. Some old tops back, man. People are killing. Oh shit, come on, Don. Bro, I was like, wait, is that 2012 or 2014? But then yeah, obviously, yeah, it is 2012. It is 2012, man. But listen, people, listen. I was at the game yesterday. Very happy with that performance, man. Very, very happy with that performance. I know offensively we weren't great. You know what I mean? I don't want to overly cook the performance in attack because we got the job done. But I didn't really expect much with Neto up top, up against Milinkovic and Murillo, right? Yesterday was all about being dogged. Yesterday was all about defending well, right? And doing to Forest what they've done to a lot of teams this season. We gave them a little taste of their own medicine, bro. You know what I mean? We got that goal and we defended well the rest of the game. Colwell, Tosin, Reese, bro, Cucurella, CAICEDO as well. He wasn't, you know, it wasn't the best game from him, but again, just breaking up play in the midfield. You know what I mean? Everyone yesterday put in an absolute shift, and Maresca, the in-game management as well, was spot on to bring on Gusto, to bring on Lavia, bring on Dewsbury Hall to see out the game. You play Palmer in the full stand a little bit later in the game. I thought yesterday from I'll probably say from the second half till the end was perfect. First half, not so much. You know what I'm trying to say? Not so much. But Couch, what did you think of the game all in all, first of all, man? What did you think of the overall performance, bro?
I mean, we're really talking about performance. Like I said, for the last 5-6 weeks, I've been saying it's not about the performance, it's the results that matter. And with that said, I didn't think that we played that well, especially in the first half. I thought that we were struggling to get into the game. We allowed them to come on to us. Guys were running off of Cucurella, running off of Sancho, running off of their defenders and getting into good positions. But overall, I think that what was key is that our metal was tested and we didn't bend or break. You know, that's the Chelsea of old. Like, I know we're all looking for this tiki-taka, like, you know, one-touch possession-based football, but Chelsea of old is this Chelsea that I'm repping right here is resolve. It's about being resolute defensively and not giving teams a chance to get in behind us to score goals. You know, we just wait for our opportunities to capitalize, and that's exactly what happened in this game. So for me, I credit Maresca, number one, because ultimately he changed the way we played. We were waiting for them. We weren't trying to possess the football. We weren't trying to like dominate possession, you know, pass it about and then look for opportunities. We were literally conceding possession to them and trying to hit them on the counter, on the flanks and whatnot. Didn't really work, but at the same time, we certainly didn't give them the impetus to get on the counter and expose, you know, 2-3 defenders. So that in and of itself is something that we should commend. And then not only that, like if you notice what Sanchez has been doing, I would say with the last 8-9 games or something like that, it's less about trying to play this possession style play out from the back, and it's more about just get rid of the football. And that's coming from the manager. You know, like he turned over the ball at an alarming rate yesterday. Don't get it twisted, but you know, for me, it was just about recognizing what you're good at and what you're not good at, and
Facts.
then playing to your strengths. Because for me, like when you look at what when we have errors playing out from the back, it's usually coming down to the goalkeeper just dwelling on the ball a little bit too long, choosing the wrong option when we're trying to break through the press. And Maresca being a little bit too stubborn, saying like, you know what, I don't want you to variate my tactics in any way. I want you to just play this way, or else I'm going to bench you. You remember you saying that midway through the season? He's like, if he doesn't do what I tell him to do, we're going to bench him.
Yeah.
We look at the last 6-7 games now. What's changed? We're just getting rid of the ball every time. So. Yeah, I commend Maresca for changing his tactics, humbling himself a little bit, and getting the balance right in these big games, because we played about 5 or 6 games now. Like 5 out of the 6 games we won, and those were pretty much cup finals every time when we got the decisions right, outside of the Newcastle game. So pleased with the effort, pleased with the result, and we're back where we belong, man.
No, 100%, man. And listen, Maresca, he deserves a lot of praise right now, man, because this is someone, for me, I've done a lot of research on in the summer. I spoke about the fact that tactically I think is a lot better than Poch. I spoke about how defensively Leicester had a good defensive record, and offensively, bro, they scored the most goals last season. You know what I'm trying to say? Where people are saying Ornstein bomber. What's going on here?
It's a fake.
Fake. Oh, it's a fake. Oh, you see? You're throwing me off guard, bruv. So yeah, I had no doubts that Maresca would come in here, implement a good style of play, and help us play a lot better than what we did last year, right? But we scraped top 5 for me because of how poor our finishing has been, bro, right? If we were better in front of goal in so many games, regardless of his little blip during the season, Maresca's little blip and that, the player's little blip, we wouldn't be scrambling for top 4 like this. You know what I'm saying? We would not be scrambling for top 4 like this. And Jem, if you see this right now, Chelsea have only lost one of their final 10 Premier League games this season, winning 1-0 on 4 different occasions, bro, during this period. Youngest team in the Prem, behaving mature. Fair play to Enzo Maresca. And big up Mozo Football for that as well, bro. Big him up, man. Make sure you lot are following him, but big him up for that.
Show.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
a good show. Youngest team in the Premier League. One of the youngest teams in Europe getting top 4. That's massive.
You're saying it wrong. It's the youngest team ever in the Premier League.
It is the youngest team ever in Premier League.
There you go.
Yeah. And you have to remember, Jem, this year in 2025, I think Jackson and Palmer have only scored 5 goals between them, something like that, bro. So it's our defense that's actually got us over the line. Ironically.
Funny enough, if you look at last year's games, the last 7 games, we won 6, drawn 1 with put under Poch, and then we won 6 this year and lost 1 with the Newcastle game. So there's some sort of mentality there to show that at the end of seasons where we're needing to get to the crunch end of the season and, find ourselves in the best scenario possible that we can, that we're actually finding a way to get that done. And the mentality is, the matureness for me is the big key thing here in all this, because it is very Jose-esque from what I've seen. It's the fact that we know we're not scoring much goals, but we know we're going to have that 1 or 2 opportunities where we're going, and we're going to take them, and then it's down to how we defend as a team. And listen, when you've got man like Cole Palmer running up and around the pitch, not really hasn't really found that form that we'd seen earlier in the season, working hard, running off the left, running off the right, chasing the ball down, and the midfield doing their thing, and the defense as well. Big up to the 2 in defense, Colwell and Tosh, I'm sure we'll talk about later. But it goes to show that there was a solidarity in between the actual overall squad to actually know what needs to be done, what the requirement is, and how to move forward. But Maresca deserves a big shout out for that, because with all this inexperience, this season we've judged him on his commentaries and how he's acted in front of the media and how he's dealt with in certain of decision making with the squads throughout the season, and maybe not done this or done that. It goes to show that near the end of the season, he's kind of learned how to find a way to adapt to get the best out of that period, if that makes sense, knowing that we're not fully in fire and stuff. So, his tactical changes are very key as well, especially the last couple of games. The fact that we're managing to get a goal, and then he's bringing on Lavia, and then he's bringing on Gusto right back, and he's kind of setting us up to be hard to break down, is very, very good. And he's understanding the role and the teams we're up against, like Nottingham Forest, we all said is very good at attacking the spaces and being direct. How many times did they counter on us yesterday? Can anyone remember? I don't think they counted on us hardly any, the whole game. I mean, it was pretty impressive. In terms of shots at goals, I mean, other than the free kick that Elanga had that bounced in front of him and that Chris Wood chance, I don't think Sanchez actually had to make too many saves. So the instruction to defend in a certain way and play in a certain way through that full 90 is really a real sign of matureness that's slowly coming with these young players, and that's what we've got to take from it.
100%, man. And Jim,
well said.
Listen, Jim. No, well said, Jim. Man, well said. And Jim, listen, me and Jim are, two people that I've said all season that our defense is not as bad as what people make it out to be, and we were right, because out of all these teams that people like to suck off, Newcastle's defense, Forest's defense, right, Aston Villa's defense, right, we have a better defense than them, bro. Only Arsenal and Liverpool, who've both finished above us, right, have a better defense than Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? And then you've got Levi Colwill, Jimmy, who decided to come into his own towards the end of the season, started to pick up.
I love Levi Colwill talk. I love it. Continue.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he has been brilliant. When Jem talks about mentality, he has had the mentality. He has had the heart. He has had the grit, right? What have you thought about Levi Colwill in the past few weeks, Jim? Because you're one that gave, man, a lot of criticism, and you're calling him cooked and that. What have you thought about Levi's season in totality, you say, man, in the past few weeks especially?
Or the last few weeks or in totality?
Last few weeks. Let's go last few weeks.
The last few weeks he's been great. He's been great. That patch is super purple. That shit is so purple it's black. The patch is so purple it's black. It's a black patch.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been on it. And like, you can't, like, overall, out of 100, I'll give him like a 75, 70, something like that overall season. Oh, hold up. My mic settings, hold up. Real quick. It's gonna take 2 seconds.
Now go on, bro.
Hold up.
There it is.
Yeah.
So overall, I'll give him like anything between 70, 75 is good. He had like a decent season. He balanced it out. The one thing that I remember when it was like maybe like 12 games to go, and I was like, yo, he can't do anything to make me change my mind about him this season. He did kind of change. He changed my mind a little bit. It's just got like because of how important the games ended up being at the end.
Facts.
It made me change. Like, if we would have faded away, we were losing and he still played good. Maybe I'll probably be looking at it like, oh, good fucking time to show up. You know what I mean? But the fact that the games were big and he needed to play big, and he did. And then he didn't do none of the dumb shit. He wasn't getting unnecessary cards. He wasn't clear fouling, complaining. He wasn't laying on the ground and none of that sucker shit. He was like playing ball. He was, and even when I seen him do the stuff that I didn't like, it didn't bother me because he wasn't doing the shit that I completely disliked. It was just like it's times when attackers are coming at him and he backing off, and then there's time to step up and he won't step up. But other than that comes with time, that comes with experience. He was good, man. He was beyond good. He was great. And with the way how Tosin was playing next to him, that shit helped even more. Like if could you imagine if Tosin was giving us like 80% of that, 90% of that with what he did all year? That would have been a hell of a 1-2 punch. And I think also people need to give it up to Maresca, because this fan base, for whatever reason, they treat Chalaba like he's Disasi, and it's like I'm saying like he's Desai and
Desasi?
Desai.
He's in between both, to be honest, man.
Yeah, he's in between.
100%.
Closer to Disasi though, but that's here or there. But that's how they act. So when I see him go, Tosin's the better guy because we need aerial. Because these last few games we needed the aerial, and Tosin was there. But bigger than winning the headers and all that is passing. The passing that he was able to do in Conference League, it actually finally translated over. Because Couch used to burn him for that. Like, where's the fucking passes from this guy? And
we'll talk about Tosin in a sec. We'll talk about
where the fuck is the line breaking pass in the last 2.5 games? He's made some great line breaking passes, and I'm
He's
like,
been doing it all season.
finally.
The switches were good too.
Finally.
The switches were bang on too.
Bro,
fair, he's done that, bro.
Tosin's been doing those line breaking passes all season.
Yeah,
bro.
but he was doing it in conference. He was doing
Even
it
in
in
the Prem.
conference.
Even in
When
the
he was
Prem,
playing
bro,
in the Prem, I wasn't seeing it enough.
No,
I
man,
agree
I was
with
seeing it. That's what I like about it. That's what I like about it.
I agree with Couch.
Even when we signed him, Jim, one of the things I spoke about when we signed him, yeah, is his line breaking passes, bro. He's got a very good right foot, and the way he locks his foot is
he
perfect.
does, but Don, he was just whacking it in the Prem, and that shit was going to nobody.
Oh, for
He was
sure.
just whacking it.
Don't just sugarcoat the good moments. There have been some really whack moments with that guy.
Trust me, I wasn't. It's
real,
not even my argument. It was something that Couch mentioned, and when Couch mentioned it, I started watching it, and then it was like, wait, conference. He breaking the lines. Prem,
I think he's been more better than he has.
I think that's one of his strengths, bro. The way he plays it up in the back, I have to disagree, bro. I think he's been doing it. He's been playing those passes, like Mickey says. He's been playing those passes all season.
He hasn't. In conference, he was. In conference,
you know what I mean? Maybe because we chop and change the centre back so much, Andrew. Right? That this guy, these lot are forgotten. But I remember.
I have not forgotten, man.
Yeah, I ain't forgotten
you. I remember.
So if he's doing all this, if he's doing all this stuff at a great rate, do we need another center back then? Should he just be the guy next to Colwell then?
He's not the guy.
No. That's not what I'm saying. That's a different debate, right? I still think he's a squad player. I do still think he's a squad player because for me, Fofana is the sort of level that we need starting for us, right? Fofana is
a non-injured Fofana.
A non-injured Fofana. But we need to go bring in a right centre back now that can play with Colwell consistently. But in terms of being a good squad player, Tosin is definitely a really good squad player. And he's
I agree with that. I agree with that
too.
I agree with that.
He cost us nothing.
Nothing, but let's get Andrew into this anyway. Let's go back a little bit to Colwell, Andrew. What have you thought about? What's been the major change in his game recently? Because it seems like he's kind of just grown up a little bit more, man. He went through a little period like, remember we played West Ham where he just got thrown on the floor, he's crying. Against Brighton, he gets thrown on the floor, he's crying. What's been the major change in his game, would you say, bro?
Well, blessings to everyone. Like and subscribe. I think actually it's Maresca going old school Chelsea defensive and just telling the guys to block and clear everything. So that for a defender, that's basically breathing. Do you know what I mean? Don't worry about the passing. Don't worry about, like attacking corners or anything like that. It's literally get anything in front of the ball, clear it, anything, the slightest touch, celebrate corners, celebrate clearances as if they are goals. Do you know what I mean? And basically, he's just gone. And credit to Maresca because we're always told that Maresca's stubborn, but Maresca's sacrificed his own style and thoughts in football for this running, and you can see it. This running is a reminder, is a throwback to old school Chelsea, 04-12 defensive run. This is what it is. Yeah. And if you don't like that football, that's absolutely fine. But he sacrificed style for results, and that's what he needed to do in this running. And Colwell's been very good. Has been very good. He's less erratic. Still did a couple of fouls, but that's just natural for a defender. He's less, less getting into arguments, less with the referee and stuff like that. And he's shown a real maturity, and that's credit to Maresca and the players working in conjunction to form this mentality, because the manager can build a mentality, but the players have got to accept it. And this is what I've really liked during this run-in, was they've actually shown the opposite of last season, where last season, anything bad that happened, their heads went down instantly. They didn't want to know. Like, it might not mean much to people, but I just that when Liverpool scored that goal to make it 2-1 and there were like 10 minutes left, we actually played better after Liverpool scored. We actually controlled the ball better. We took it away from them, and I think last season we would have collapsed. It would have gone like 2-2. And yesterday, Maresca and the players did to Forest what Forest do to everyone else. We let Forest have the ball. And when Forest had the ball, they get overstimulated and they overthink things, and they don't know what to do. Now, credit Chris Wood did have a couple of chances. We had a half chance Neto as well, but as soon as we went 1-0 up, he brought Lavia on very quickly, like within like 10 minutes, and he then went ultra defensive, and he went, just bring it. And I thought, along with Cole, but I know we're talking about Tosin's passing, but he was magnificent defending his headers. He was all, and Reece James as well. And Reece James, this is going to be Reece James from now on. Forget going bombing up and down the wing. That's Reece James is never going to do that again in his career because his body's not built for it anymore. He's going to invert. He's going to stay at the back. And Cucurella again. Cucurella to me, Cucurella is now. This is a normal performance for Cucurella. It's like Caicedo. I don't really. I'm like, it's just a normal thing with Cucurella now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the biggest Sanchez fan, but he caught everything. Everything he caught. I'm not the biggest Sanchez fan, but he caught everything. But everyone played their part. People were complaining about how deep Palmer was and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, Maresca designed that. Maresca wanted to see what Forest would do. They wanted to see what Forest would do, and Forest had no answer after that.
Yeah,
and
it was.
Colwell, very, very, very good. And if we get him a sustainable partner, I don't care. I know people are going to say, "Oh, no, don't talk about it." Or someone like a Mark Gurhey or something like that to play beside him or something like that, sustainable, who's injured all the time, that can forge a partnership. He'll get better. But he's been very good in this run, like everyone else. But credit to Maresca and the players for showing maturity beyond their years yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And
remember when we were having that preview with the Nottingham Forest fans? You remember the one thing they said in that live? They said that what they don't want is Chelsea to. They said that the reason they've struggled this season and lost to the likes of Everton and stuff is because they've played against teams that just sit back and don't give them any space, and they just don't know how to break teams down. I think we followed that suit. In my honest opinion, we done exactly the opposite to what we used to do, which is a very possession based, carrying the ball further up the pitch and trying to break them down. We kind of just gave. When we didn't have the possession, we kind of just realised we needed to get back in position and just covered the holes.
Yeah, that's back right away. Let them have it.
Mm-hmm. We didn't let Gibbs White get warm, man. We didn't let this guy get warm on the ball, bro. You know what I mean?
No soup for Gibbs White. He didn't do one. He had one chance when he could have made a play and he made the bad decision. But I tell people he made that bad decision because he couldn't get on the ball. Yeah, when you're struggling to get the ball and then you finally get it. Now it's like okay, I got to make something happen.
He tried to make that pass. Yeah.
There
wasn't the space.
Lock off the ball and then you finally get it. You're gonna more than likely fuck up.
Jimmy, that you're spot on when you say that as well, because obviously I was at the game yesterday, and where I was sitting was perfect. It felt like I was on the pitch, and I was looking at Gibbs White when he got that ball, like he was literally running towards me, and he just rushed it. You know what I mean? Like he just tried to get rid of it quickly. Yeah,
probably could have led to a great shot on goal, but you could tell that he was so frustrated that he hadn't been able to get on that ball. That the one time he got a good look, he made a bad decision.
Yeah.
If you see here, this is Tosin's stats for yesterday. So Tosin yesterday registered successful, more final third passes than anyone, 11, more clearances, 12, more headed clearances, 8, more successful long balls, 5 than any other player. He was flawless. He was honestly flawless. And the thing is, where I was sitting as well was perfect because I could hear them talking, right? I could hear these lot talking. It was weird. Like before halftime, I literally heard Reece shout at Tosin. He was like, 3 minutes. I was laughing to myself, bro.
At least they're talking because they don't usually, do they? So at least they're actually talking to each other for once. You know what I mean?
I was watching them in the box as well when I was defending our corners. Yeah, I was watching them in the box, seeing how they communicate, see how they like talk to each other. I saw Enzo like talking to these lot, saying, "Come on," like telling people, directing people where to go. Reece was like talking to people. I'm like, yeah, okay, these guys know what they're doing because we don't really concede corners anymore, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. But yeah, bro, that's it was mad yesterday. Honestly, bro, it was mad yesterday, man. And I want to show you guys this as well, because you know we've seen a lot of people praying on our downfall, Jimmy. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm sure you've got a few words to say about a lot of people right now. I've been cooking
on their packs, man.
smoking on hella packs because bare people are trying to call me.
I've got a lot to say about this community, man, and some of these people. I've got.
We're gonna get onto that now. Don't worry, Andrew. We're gonna cook a few people now.
Got
yeah,
barbecue settings on, and no potato salad from this guy either. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
No potato salad with the raisins,
bro. If you see here, yeah, only Liverpool have created more big chances than Chelsea. Only Man City have averaged more possession than Chelsea. Only Arsenal have conceded fewer goals per 90 than Chelsea, right? So, Jim, you can clearly see that this team was on an upwards trajectory even, right? But there's a lot of people in this fan base that love doing result-based analysis. They can watch the game like what we had against Ipswich at home. They can see all those chances, but because we lose the game, Maresca out, yeah? Maresca out, yeah? They can see the chance against Brentford that Jackson had. He misses, Maresca out, yeah? Palmer's missing, it's Maresca's fault, yeah? All these men can hold it, bruv. All these men can fucking hold it because all these people that were hating and hoping that Maresca fails and doesn't get top 4, all of these men have been quiet. I've been checking the TL, you know? I've been checking their accounts, you know? I haven't been seeing these guys anywhere, bro. Yeah?
John, they've had to do a lot of deleting drafts. That's what happens when they're not online.
Yeah.
I saw that post. That was funny.
Yeah, I don't even see Bobby in the chat. I don't even call out some people right now. I don't even see Bobby in the chat. I don't see Bobby in the chat. This guy's always there. I always see Bobby spreading hate on the timeline. Sometimes he comes in the chat on here. Big up Bobby as well, by the way. Yeah.
Hold on. How about TFT Reaper? Where's Reaper? Reaper.
Yeah. By the way, where's Reaper?
Reaper, where are you, Reaper?
I think he should change his name to CFC Reefer, man. You know what I mean? He's going to be smoking something else. That's, you know what I mean? That's what he should change his name to right there.
Man was saying he's not going to get more points than Poch. I told you, lot, bro. All of us here.
Poch Beggar's done. Poch is done. Paul and Poch supporters are done. They're done. They're done at this time. They're done. I'm
telling you, Andrew. I'm about to let Jimmy come in and you can come in after Jimmy, yeah? But I'm telling you, bro, yeah? These lot were trying to make me sound like I'm going crazy when I'm like, yo, some of the tactical decisions I'm seeing Poch make is some amateur stuff. And a guy that's in his second year in England, by the way, now, after getting Leicester promoted, after how shit they were, yeah? People need to go
Leicester promoted and got Chelsea back into the Champions League.
Yes, bro.
My championship manager did that.
And he's inexperienced as well.
And you know what we're gonna say? Oh, but Leicester went right back down without him. Right back down. So you can't even act like it was a Leicester team that was so much better than the rest of the championship. No, he coached them to look so much better. Before he went up to the Prem and was gone just like that.
Reaper's there.
The boats.
I give props to Reaper because Reaper yesterday, he already came out and said he was wrong. I was just calling his name up to fuck with him, but he came out yesterday and said I was wrong. He said, panel, y'all was right. He did it on Lewis' channel. Said he was wrong. But yo, my thing is this, right? My thing is this. You were terribly wrong. Because you wanted to fire him while we were actually still in the race. That was my problem. He's still in the race. He's still fighting the fight. And you like, nah, get him out of there. That bothers me. You give a man a job, the job not finished, but the deadline not reached yet. And you like, nah, I can't. Whoa. The same ones that complained that we got rid of Poch. Now let's think about it. Let's just be honest. Do y'all think Poch would have got us top 4 this year? Because I don't think so.
No. Most of these guys have been
full of injuries. I'm going to tell you why. We'd have been full of injuries. We still would have had Gallagher.
I'd rather Gallagher than Deuce, to be honest.
Nah.
He would have been naive in his own systems as well.
In the back. Think about how much goals we let in.
I'll take Galdog myself. I'm going to take Galdog, man.
Think about how many goals we let in last year. Our defense was all 6s and 7s, like the Englishman would say. It's all over the place. What Maresca did to this team defensively needs to be recognized. And that's not even with great defenders individually. These defenders are not great individually. Individually, each one got a little bozo in them, and he put it together. The rock that held him together on the defense, believe it or not, was
Sanchez.
Cucurella.
Sanchez.
Cucurella was able to solidify that one spot. We knew that that right wing was good. He had to work on everything else. Oh yeah, CAICEDO had him. CAICEDO had the midfield, but as far as that back line, it started with Cucurella. And then Reece James started getting back into form. You see him lightly using Reece James properly. I love the way yesterday. I love the starting. I love the way he started with timing with Lavia. All of that was perfect. People not talking about these things. That's managing.
Yeah.
The fact that he thought, okay, Forrest don't play well with the ball. They've won one game since they've been back in the Prem. 1 out of like 10 or 12 or some shit with more possession. Have the ball.
Take it. What can you do with it? Exactly.
Yeah, when we lose the ball, if they get the ball, don't fight to get it back right away. Drop back. Drop back a little bit.
And I'll tell you what.
And you saw
that first goal.
When Elanga
was
and them didn't have
massive, man.
Oh yeah, but one last thing.
Massive.
When Elanga and these guys don't have space, useless. They can't do anything. These guys need space and room to run. And the way he set us up, it was perfect. It was great managing. And just like he said, so what did he say? F off? Is that how he said it? Maresca said it? Yeah. All y'all dudes who was saying fire him and all that, y'all gotta F off. I'm not saying y'all can't be happy for the team because you're a fan of the team.
Yeah.
You want.
And they all got moany about it in the press. Now they're dragging him through the mud in the press because they don't like it. They don't like it when they can throw as much mud as someone as they want, but if someone throws it back at them, they don't like it. Do you know what I mean? Let me just say this: I haven't watched your video yet, Don, on CSC Fans TV, but I hope you ragdolled Alex all over the place for his bandwagon jumping, change, flip-flop attitude. Absolute disgrace. He is a disgrace. I don't have
a problem with people flip-flopping, man.
Hold on, you on mute, Don. You on mute. Don, you on mute.
I told him in person, didn't I?
Let me just cook some grifters. Eunice talks bullshit. You're a grifter. You can get the fuck out.
Eunice starts football. That's what I call him because he talks shit.
Rory Jennings, just because you read in Chelsea history some old players doesn't make you a fan. You can fuck off as well.
Yeah, him too.
You don't represent us at all. And let me just say this: in the Chelsea fans community stuff, I saw a lot of goalposts being moved yesterday after a result. Stuff like that. I have no problem with doubters, and you still supported the team. I have no problem with doubters because I had doubts over the manager. I thought we'd finish 6th after the transfer window. And my biggest doubt was the manager. So I was a doubter. No problem with doubters whatsoever. But the ones who still consistently said, we weren't going to do this, even on this running, we weren't going to do this, we weren't going to do that. He hasn't done this, he hasn't done that. And he's shown you consistently throughout the period, okay, we had a bad run. He's a young manager and a young team, and he's going to learn. And he shouldn't have come out and said, in December, the team's not ready. He should have kept that internally to himself. Do you know what I mean? And built up the confidence. But he showed you yesterday he can tactically change. He sacrificed his own style of play. This is what I'm concerned about these new managers, that they're too stubborn, that they'll stick with their own style of play for too long. But he didn't. He sacrificed an old school Chelsea to get the results done. So I have no problem with doubters at all. But the ones who consistently for what we know why, because they don't know anything about this, about the ownership. Fine, no problem. Even they were criticizing Tom Bowley on the pitch yesterday. They were criticizing Tom Bowley being on the pitch yesterday, hugging the players and something like piss off
and celebrating so much in the changing rooms.
I'm not for people. I'm not normally for players celebrating after a game in the dressing room, but this was a big game for these players. Some of these players, first of all, on a side note, they get a 20%, 30% pay rise, so that's why they're celebrating as well. And I don't mind that.
I was about to say that. That's the number one reason to fucking pay.
I don't mind that.
Yes.
Second of all, they're replacing playing against Noah and Shamrock Rovers on a Thursday night to play in Real Madrid or Barcelona on a Tuesday or Wednesday night from next season. Plus, it's an achievement for them because they've been doubted on some quarters, rightfully so, but they've been doubted all season and they've come through clutch. I said to you, Don, and the rest of the guys know this, this inconsistent top 4 race needed a team to be consistent for the last remaining run of games, and that was us.
Yeah.
We were the most consistent team.
We were the most consistent
on paper that had the hardest running, and even that Newcastle game, we were the better team against Newcastle that second half, and those 2 goals they scored against us were deflections and Fugazi and stuff like that. And I'm telling you right now, give Maresca and his only opportunity next, give him players, give him a striker, give him 2 strikers, give him just give him Santos back, give him Esteban, just let him cook now and see what we can do, because we're back in where we belong. And everyone else who doubted, no problem, but everyone else who consistently put us down, you could have shoved that big L up your arse. You know what I mean? You can shove it where the sun don't.
Hold it.
Yo,
Maresca lift us up where we belong.
Where we belong.
Champions League.
vocals.
Back where it belongs.
Yo, I just want all I gotta say is this, and this is the maturity that we've all been speaking about, and I think this is something that needs to be focused. Like, that was a high stakes game. We're talking about 120 million pounds that game was worth. So they have every reason to be celebrating.
That's a good way to fucking put that.
Yeah,
that's a good way to put that. And that's why Forest Man owner ran on the pitch that day before, because he realized, y'all know what y'all fucking up? It's $120 million fucking dollars. Yo,
Money. Yeah.
It completely changes your transfer. It completely changes your summer.
Oh, if you want me to break it down for you, Jimmy, I've got the whole thing. Don't worry, I can go through top to bottom how much we're making, bringing in.
Let's circle around. We'll circle to that.
DM, have you got
that?
I've got it on a template. I'll read it out, Chiz.
Share it on the screen.
There's no selling hotels. We're not in the PSR window this season.
We're not selling hotels to ourselves.
I was actually funny, Jem. Listen, great segue, Jem. I'm glad that you said
hotels.
They was about to start making the players give out lap dances.
I was gonna segue
on sell the under 18 team to ourselves.
The fucked up part, it would have been all fucking men in line, like me.
Oh Lord.
I was gonna speak about obviously what the sporting directors and the owners need to do.
You see that, right?
I saw this, bro. I saw this.
Ancelotti came in and said, "I need all those Chelsea young boys. Give me now, everyone."
Esteval
and Esteval already got a call up.
Bro, Esteval, I hope he gets more minutes this time, because the last Brazilian squad, he made it as well, but he didn't really play much. He was like,
but this Ancelotti likes the freestyle, so that fits.
Yeah.
Let's see that other manager.
Ancelotti don't coach. He just says
go out and play. Roll the ball out. Yeah, freestyle. Some PPUPs and go ahead.
100%, bro.
He just raises an eyebrow when it's going wrong.
Yep. Fact, bro. But listen, Jen. Listen, I'll wait for you to bring up. I'll wait for you to bring up that
spreadsheet. Give him the break. Read off that breakdown, James.
Jimmy, it's on a word, so I'm gonna have to read it because I can't.
Read
it.
So if we talk about obviously what it means for Chelsea to make Champions League qualification, there's a breakdown on gives us a rough idea. They're not like specific figures, but it gives you a rough idea as to why it was so important for us to obviously achieve it. From a financial benefit point of getting the Champions League participation, there's roughly around there's a base fee participation of around 18 to 20 million euros that's paid. Now, we don't just get that, because we also get a coefficient ranking bonus. That's just based on, when they do the pots and they pick who goes in where based on their rank coefficients.
Pot 1 heritage.
Pot 1, that's it. So you can earn up to 36.38 million euros just for being in the top pot, basically. So we get that, plus we get the roughly around the 18 to 20 million euros just for getting into the Champions League as well. So that's why it's such a big paycheck from the Champions League perspective. Once you're in it and you go through the group stages, the round of 16s, you actually earn money for each period that you get to. So an example is from quarterfinal, semi-final to runners up, you can earn anything between 12.5 million to 18.5 million. Just getting to that point to win the Champions League, you win an extra 25 million. But in an overall total salary, it's pretty good. But moving away from Champions League, you go on to the impact on the players' contracts. You just spoke about it. Obviously, one of the big reasons that Man United are failing with their wage structure and Chelsea have gone on these what we call death row contracts is because they have these Champions League clauses in. Now, each and every season that our star players weren't making Champions League football, they were losing a deduction in their wages for not actually reaching the goal of the season. So because they've reached the target of being able to make Champions League, they now hit the Champions League clause in their contract and now making a lot more money and etc. So this whole thing of the players celebrating in the dressing room and going mad this is the reason, guys. It's not because we're over celebrating. It's because it's a big achievement for a bunch of young players. When you go onto the FIFA Club World Cup, obviously just to enter into that. So there's 32 teams. The total prize pool is £1 billion just for that whole competition. Obviously, that gets split out across the whole tournament. So each team earns between 12 to 38 million just for entering, depending on their commercial criteria and things like that. And as you go along through each group stage, so if you get to the round of 16, you earn $7.5 million. If you get to the quarterfinals, you earn $13 million. Semi-finals, 21. And then if you make the finals, then you make $30 million on top of the money that they pay you just to go into the competition. And the winner makes a total of $40 million. So your maximum potential earnings in that tournament is, for saying from start to finish, you can earn up to 100 million pounds sterling. You can earn by basically winning that tournament, which is ridiculous amounts of money.
That's how they entice the team to bring out their best players. Because I remember I was asking myself, what would make me start my starters? And then I saw that money. I'm like, that's straight cash. That goes into your yearly income. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm playing my starters. We playing this.
There's also just a small mention of the Conference League. I won't go into it. But obviously, where we've been in it for so long, just to get your total potential earnings for just being in the Conference League is still 11 million in your back pocket. That could pretty much cover Sanchez.
That won't even buy you a Jokeris's boot, man. Like, come on.
It'll pay to send Sancho back $4.5 million, wouldn't it? If we don't keep him. So there you go.
Sancho's going back. This shit's I called the Uber last night. No, I'm sorry. The Addison Lee. The Addison Lee is waiting for.
I'm nearly there. Then you've got the enhanced sportsmanship opportunities. Now, the reason that Chelsea have been delaying their main sponsorships is because they needed to get Champions League to obviously attract the main sponsors, right? That's a big thing. Now we've managed to achieve the Champions League. We're looking at anticipating between 50 to 60 million pounds annually that will roll over for a period. So in terms of PSR rules and positions of where we'll be for the next couple of years, just the sponsorships alone will put us in a good PSR sustainability, basically. So we won't actually have an issue going through the next couple of years, just strictly off the back of having a main deal with a sponsorship, which is massive. That's over a year. But remember, you've got your Nike contract, and you've still got the main sponsors. So there's two massive contracts that you could obviously make money from in itself. So just making Champions League has opened that door for us there. Then we get to obviously the player sales. We know we're going to sell maybe 10 odd players, which could make us roughly up to 150 million pounds. Some will give us profits like Nkunku and Carney Chukwuemeka, players that we can actually sell and make money off because I
forgot about him, bro.
And then you've got other players that we won't make money on, but we're a good selling club, so I'd expect us to do about 100 to 150 million. But in terms of the financial standpoint, in terms of the financial standpoint, the UCL and the timing of the Club World Cup and everything that's come together for now, it's not only just about the Champions League's important, but the Champions League has unlocked so much in terms of the PSR ruling elements. And that, in terms of us as a club, we are now going to be able to sustain a good infrastructure with our investments and how we go moving forward, because we're going to have the money to do what we want to do, provided we don't go out spending 200 million here and there.
And then imagine
years coming, and the owners won't actually have to do as much anymore in terms of.
And you know what's crazy? And I know people might downplay this because we're in territory that these owners haven't been in yet. I guarantee you there are some loopholes that's waiting to be sealed up. This new You know it is.
And to finish off, the conclusion on it is that we need to
level of money we at. I guarantee you, they already like, oh yeah, we found some loopholes. Go ahead, go keep up some bullshit.
Exactly, and you're right, 100%.
Yeah.
And to tie it off, all we've got to do now moving forward is continue to hit Champions League qualification, which should be the main thing for us moving forward, based on us putting the money in the right areas. Fingers crossed that we do that in this summer window. But the financial gains and the opportunities that we have moving forward are something that's going to allow this club to now not be, how in the papers it was always Chelsea are broken this, Chelsea are doing that. Now, listen, if we missed Champions League, we still probably would have been all right for this year, purely because of the tournament we're in with the Club World Cup. It would have actually sustained us for a year or so. But the fact that we've managed to not only get the Club World Cup, Champions League, sell players, whatever, we've got a lot of money to play around with. So now, all of this coming together falls down on the owners and then them about how they they've got no excuse.
Because these fucking sporting directors are they scare me.
That's a great segue, right? In terms of what they need to do.
No excuse, and that's why we're happy as a club, right? Because we've now got
the annual.
We've got money, but we've got money coming in right now. And listen, we've got people coming in right now. 300
money, TV money as well as added to that, because that's hundreds of millions of pounds per place. We finished fourth as well.
Yeah, so about 50 million.
So the annual that goes into there. But it also is because of the way the squad's built.
Yeah,
we're probably only, in my opinion, we'll segue into it. Probably only aiming for not a lot of incomings, because the midfield's sorted, right, in terms of recruitment and stuff like that. Midfield's done with Santos coming back and Asugu in, right. So those you've got five midfielders there. Okay, we're probably gonna not. I've given up. I'll say it right now. I've given up on the goalkeeper coming in because we've got like 18 of them. So I've given up on that. So probably coming in, or Penders or something like that. So we're probably looking at. I know it's not going to matter, but we need squad. We need squad help at left back, definitely. I think we need 2 centre backs, but they might only get 1. And we're probably going with Sanchez going back. We're probably going for a wide player. And for me, I need 2 strikers. So
I agree.
Anywhere 6 incoming.
Yeah, it seems like everybody universally is on that train, man.
100%. And people will forget this as well. The one thing I'll finish off saying,
disagree with that.
The one last thing I would say also is people don't realise, but Sterling, who is still on our books, and Nkunku are carrying massive wage rolls. We removed them off the wage roll factor, which is a big thing with our owners. It opens up other areas to be able to sign.
Is Sterling off the books yet?
I don't know if you noticed this. Simon Phillips.
Sterling will be back.
Simon Phillips, when you think about him, he said that Ben Chilwell is being linked to Brentford. And I know it's very tedious links, but Brian Mbeumo is on the last year of his contract and he's 25. And he is the type of player that these owners in our media call opportunity type player. So he's going to release something tomorrow about that.
They only want 50 million for Mbeumo. I'm so fucking mad that we're not in for this guy, bro.
Jimmy, we shouldn't even have a problem signing off
at 200 plus a week. That's what it is. He could still go back. He still could go to Palace, but he's another one to get off the books to get.
So many.
I can't even. I don't like João Felix. I've not bantered him because he's still our player. I've not been able to banter him. He's so rubbish. I can't banter him because he's our player still. There's no problem. But we're looking at this. We got reports today that Delap's decision is probably this week. I don't mind Delap for the price, but he can't be the only striker. He can't be the only striker.
Yeah, that's what scares me.
And the recent reports are coming out now that he's got a decision to make. It's between us and United, because I know he wanted to go home up north. That's one of the reasons. But he also wants to play European football, and United can't offer him European football at all. So
listen, I'm going frozen sentence with Delap. Let him go. Let him go. I don't want him as my striker anymore.
The only way he plays European football for us is if he's bagging goals. Like the idea of playing European football, you gotta be
like he's not no in-stone striker. I can see
like Conference League, where we're gonna be playing our second and third choice striker. He's
Tuesday, our number 1 guy is gonna be out there.
The thing is, the strikers. I know the market's not great, right? But we're in such a good position financially now that we should be able to go around and challenge for the best if the best is out there.
What is the
People asking for first team football. I've got. Listen,
hold on, Andrew. Let me just run the lads quickly, yeah, because we've got 363 people watching right now. Not even 150 likes, people. What's going on?
Let's go, man.
You know what I mean?
Come on, smash the likes, guys.
If you're not subscribed, make sure that you click on the subscribe button as well. But go on, Andrew. Go on. Carry on what you were saying, bro.
No, overall, I'm not. I don't think anyone has a define. I don't care what you've done in the game. You don't have a divine right to come to Chelsea and say, "Oh, I need minutes. I need that." It's a squad game. It's a squad game. You're going to get the time. All this like, oh, why are we signing squad players? Because we need a squad. We need a squad. They're gonna get time. Do you know what? Do you know how fortunate we were that Kukurea didn't get an injury?
CAICEDO.
Who would we have played at left back?
Yeah,
Gusto?
Jesus Christ.
Gusto at left back. Are we doing this again? I mean, that's why I'm talking about. We need, and we're going to have more games because our season starts in 3 weeks.
3 weeks. I was about to say less than a month.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and we have a pre-season and we got a World Cup and stuff like that. So all this, I need minutes and stuff like that. Well, do you know what? Why don't you earn the minutes? Why don't you earn the minutes? You've got to get ahead of people who are already playing in this team. And if I was a striker, if I was like the lap and I'm going, Jackson's my only competition so far, I'll take that competition. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, but here's the other thing to that too. Like you're loyal to the people, first of all, that you spend the biggest kitty on, right? So if you bring in a striker that's making 65 or went for 75, 80 million, they're going to get more opportunities to play just because you can't lose on that investment, right? So guys like the lap coming in for 30, which is a snip, he's got to really scratch and claw to get into the team because I guarantee you he's not going to be the only striker target that we bring in. And the guy that we will bring in won't be no 30 million pound striker. He's going to be a guy that's like 70 in and around there, right? So you give those guys every opportunity to fail before you play the second and third choice strikers, which is part of the reason why I wasn't really, I'm not too concerned about the lap coming. He looks like he can be a decent player, like he can probably do some things for us. I haven't seen him really in he's more of a counter-attacking guy, like guy running at defenses, hold up play and whatnot, but he looked okay. We were looking at some of his comps today, and there's a couple things there. But
he got 12 goals for an average Ipswich team, so he's got The
other thing, Andrew, as well is I think it's
definitely one of the best ball strikers in the league. You can strike.
Yeah, I think it's very important that
I don't think anyone minds the lap coming in. He just can't be the only one.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. I agree. Yeah, we need to. Can't be relied upon. But what?
Transfer window and going. So we got the lap, and that's I can't go into Champions League. I will lose my shit if that happens. It's just
we can't. Not with all the financial stuff that we've got. But the other thing as well, quickly, right? I just want to pick on is the youthful project that we've got going on as well at the moment, because we've got Strasbourg and we've got players getting funneled through that are young that we've brought in and are playing to a certain level. I think that it's very important that when we go into the market, if we have people like, I'll give you an example, right? Petrovic played for us in his what was his first season, wasn't it, right? And some of us thought he'd done pretty well. Others thought, near the end of the season he needed a loan. He's not ready yet. He's gone to the French league and he's performed outstandingly. Right? He's done so well, over there. So looking at the goalkeeping area and looking at the market, we could all agree that looking at the market for goalkeepers is probably a bit meh at the moment. So you've built this youth project where you're sending players over to Strasbourg or across Europe and doing what they're doing. And if they're performing in that season and they're good enough to get back into this team, I think you've got to look at that option. That was a big part of why they've bought Strasbourg and they're doing what they're doing because they want to be able to funnel some of the best players that are moving forward with their careers back into our team. We don't always have to go out and go 75 million, 100 million.
I think
200 million.
If he's not coming back in, just quickly, if he's not coming back in to play the big minutes, like to play all the minutes, then isn't he better on loan so that you can raise his transfer value? If that's
but he already has in a year, isn't he? Anyway,
okay, so you're planning on selling him then? Because do you see him right now as coming in and replacing Sanchez as the number one?
I think there's a good chance that he can come in and do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I don't think so. I don't think so. And then
Well,
I also. Okay.
I think Sanchez could be a number 2 if we don't sell him. But we're going to sell Kepa. We're going to sell.
So somebody needs to be sold because you have Jorgensen.
Yeah, Kepa's going, isn't he?
Of the 3 that are in the school, so Petrovic, Jorgensen, Sanchez.
Jorgensen will go out on loan.
Why would they all? Why would they have you keep?
No, Jorgensen will go out on loan. In my opinion, if Jorgensen or Sanchez will go out on loan, let's just say like
Sanchez goes on loan. Okay,
either of the two. I'm not saying that that's
for a rude awakening, man. I'm sorry, rude awakening.
Yeah, but Sanchez, you're not realizing Sanchez might not be happy. Wait a sec. Sanchez might not be happy all of a sudden now sitting on the bench. If Maresca does make the decision to put a goalkeeper in front of him, and then he might be like, "I'm not about that."
I don't love him. I just think we don't have it like. The way I look at it right now.
Hold on, but Couch, here's my thing.
Hold on. Let Couch finish.
Back in and win the shirt, right? The shirt now belongs to Sanchez, right? What you've done on loan elsewhere doesn't mean anything to Chelsea. You have to come in and earn your shirt. So as of right now, Sanchez is number 1. There's no disputing that. You can't mythically say that this guy that's not played for a year is now the number 1. Okay. That's just it.
But hold on, but wait. Petrovic played for Chelsea. He got sent away on loan to improve.
Right.
The league he went to, which is a league that is well respected for defensive player and goalkeeper, he was the best goalkeeper in the league.
Yep.
Arguably, only person they say was better than him, and it's based off of the years of being better, was Donnarumma. That shows progression. So I expect him to come back here and show that he's better than Sanchez.
Yeah.
That's what I expect.
That's one thing. That's one thing.
That was my. I wasn't on some like he comes back and he just gets the job because he back. No. He's gonna have to come back and show what I did over there is the real deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so then of the 3 keepers, then who goes on loan?
I don't know. That's not important right now.
Okay, but that is important though because like
but not right now. Whoever don't make the cut.
I think Jorgensen's got a market.
Whoever don't make the cut, they'll be going.
I think
I agree with that.
This is a healthy. This is a good headache to have though because we don't want to be going. Talking about Sanchez has been shit. Get him the hell out of here. What keeper we're gonna bring in? Obviously, I know it's going to take a lot for everyone to change their mind about Sanchez, because even me myself, as much as he's actually helped us get top 4, right? This guy also had some blunders. You know what I mean?
His distribution for me is the problem.
I'm just putting it out there.
2 seasons.
Bro, he cannot.
Am I right though? Is he third?
Hold on. He cannot distribute the ball.
I'm about to give your boy some credit, Just to be fair.
He's third in the Golden Glove, though, right? Am I right? He's third, right?
There's no such thing. You just win it or you don't.
Of course, no, it doesn't matter.
Third worst at making shots. Save shots as well.
Sanchez, right? Sanchez save percentage grew to joint first in the Prem this season with Mark Flecken, right? And that again, the metrics are backing up my eye test because his shot stop has never been the issue, right? His issue is just the bozo lack of concentration. You can talk about distribution now as well.
His distribution, bro, that's his problem.
Yeah, but Jim, let me land my point, bro. Yeah,
and his brain as well.
And that's what I said. The bozo moments, right? The bozo moments are bad. But when you talk about distribution, at least now he knows that there's certain things he can't do. I would rather him just get rid of it, go long, instead of trying to dilly-dally on the ball. Now you're seeing people coming to him.
Going long kills us sometimes, bro. It's killing us.
I know that, Jim. I know that. And that's why we still need better than Sanchez. I'm not saying that we don't. I'm just saying that the Sanchez I've seen since that City game, since he cut his hair, he's been assured. Even after the game yesterday, I was speaking to the Forest fans, they were telling me like, bro, the distribution weren't great, but every cross that was coming in, your keeper was collecting it. And these are guys that have been watching football for years, bro. Bro, these guys were looking at 50 plus, so they know what.
I saw the dudes you was talking to on your blog. I saw him. I saw the guy through the gate. Yeah, I saw him.
Maybe the guy hit him on his head when he was shaving it. Like maybe just got the shaver like that. and it's
Yeah.
done something. You know,
That's-
maybe
that's
I don't know.
That's the frustrating thing about this guy, bro, because he's got all the attributes I like in a goalkeeper, bro. He can collect crosses very well. He's tall. He's not a bad shot stopper. He's actually a good shot stopper, right? But it's just again, the little
he's a good shot stopper.
He is, bro.
He
It's
is.
just the intangibles with this guy, man. It's the intangibles. But
100%.
I don't know if you guys have seen the news about Penders. He said he's definitely coming to the Club World Cup. I don't
He's
know.
meant to be the new Courtois, isn't he? This one, like, what are we doing with this?
He's good, bro.
But we'll see.
He's
Hey,
I haven't seen anything to
the
know,
meek-
but
the
that's
meek
what I hear.
don't inherit the earth here at Chelsea. The best do. The meek get loaned out.
Couch
Mm.
as a starting point. Yeah, Penders is 6'7", bro. He's 6'7".
That's a tall
I
guy.
like that. I like
He's
that.
a big boy. He's
Killed up that goal.
in the Courtois region. You know what I
I
mean?
like
He's like
that.
that body shape.
He's Belgian as well.
He's
Belgian,
athletic.
yeah.
He's athlete.
He's Belgian, mate.
You know Sanchez, right? Sanchez could save my mum from a fire, and I'd still say, why didn't he do it faster? I just don't like this guy. That's no, bro. I just
Cold.
It's hard, isn't it?
It's cold.
Yeah,
I
it's hard.
just can't.
It
And
is
everyone
hard.
got
Yo, you know what I can't forgive him? All I think about is when he gave the ball away.
Jimmy,
Beckham right.
I admire you guys are trying to, not you, Jim, but I admire the guys trying to defend. Oh, he's a good shot stopper. Yeah, so what? He's a goalkeeper.
Yeah,
You know, yeah.
Nah, Andrew, I'm telling you, bro.
That's like saying to me like a golfer's a good putter. You know what I mean?
But let's be real. He made some. Yo, I remember him making some great shot saves on balls he gave right away. Like he gave the ball right to the person. He's like, oh shit.
And he saved his mistake. No, but Andrew, I hear it. Andrew, I hear it's his job. But I'm telling you, bro, there's a lot of saves he's made this season, yeah, where I'm like, certain keepers aren't getting that, bro. That was a very good save. You know what I mean? That was a very good save. So as much as I want him move, as much as I want better, listen to what I'm saying, people, because people are now going to start saying, oh yeah, you want Sanchez to stay. No. As much as I want better than this guy, I have to give him man credit. I have to give him man credit, bro. He's been good. He's one of the main reasons why we went to the top 4. He's actually been good, bro.
Couch loves him.
You
He's
know
good.
why he's got such a good shot
That's why I
stopper?
made those stickers in the WhatsApp group for Cal.
I'm pretty sure I've said
like-
many times that this guy's a bozo, but he's the best.
Yeah,
we got right
sometimes
now.
we talk about that. I
Many
say that
times.
about my kids when they piss me off. Don't mean I
Do
don't
you know
love
why?
them.
Do you know what I noticed? Do you know why he's such a good shot stopper, guys? Do you know why he's so good? Have you seen the machine they've got in training? It's like the tennis one where they put the balls in and it flies at them really quickly.
Yeah,
They're like
yeah,
ding,
yeah.
ding, ding. I see Sanchez in training. These balls flying at
No,
him.
you're wrong. You know why he's a good shot stopper?
He's a
I know-
good shot
I know what he
stopper.
did
I'm
in
like, I
training,
can't lie.
yeah.
But that's
I
why
know
I'm
he
telling
did
you, he's got balls flying at him 100 miles
Yeah,
an hour.
yeah,
for
yeah.
speed.
You know why they say? You know why they say?
Yo,
he's a good shot
Ziad, get the fuck out of here with that, Sanchez. Yo, you've been popping Sanchez for 2 seasons, bro.
Hey, Jem, you know what they say? Do you know what they say? He's a good shot stopper. In training on a 5-a-side goal, they get this guy and they tie his arms and his legs to the post and they just shoot balls at him. That's what they do. They say he's a great shot stopper. That's what they do with this guy. They shoot. Let me tell you right now.
My problem with Sanchez cannot make the pass from where he's about to get pressed to go over the first guy to get to the midfielder. He cannot make that pass.
I'm convinced now. One of the reasons Maresca went ultra defensive during this run-in is because he knew he was picking Sanchez as goalkeeper. So he had to.
You're the one who got give him.
You know why? Do you know why his shot percentage stayed? You know why his shot percentage stayed so high? We went to Gandalf settings, bro. We went, you shall not pass in defense.
Yeah.
That's what we went. They didn't have any shots.
That's right.
Do you know actually, on a serious note, do you know the one thing I give him for that I've seen in the last couple of games that he's doing more than I've ever seen? He's actually shouting and talking and trying to help the defense.
Yes.
He's actually communicating, and he never used to communicate before. They used to be like, "Do we go? Do we not?" And he used to just come out like quiet and like take players out, and you'd be like, "Why don't you just shout, Sanchez?"
He only
like,
puts
make
me
it
off
obvious.
one time yesterday, and that was on the second. Chris Woods, he could have got out and claimed that, but he hesitated. And Chris Woods
but he's
got
more
to it.
vocal now. I'm seeing him.
Yeah.
Like, I'm watching him. And he's going, like, he's making it clear to him. Do you know what I mean? Like he's being.
But that's what happens with Jem. When you're playing well, regardless of what position you're playing, you've got the right to start to tell people what to do, right?
Yeah.
When you're not performing on the pitch and you're trying to tell people what to do on the pitch, man, they may listen to you, bro. I played for teams there where I'm seeing a guy playing shit and they're trying to tell me what to do, bro. I'm not listening to you, bro. I'm gonna do my thing. Right? I'm gonna listen to the guy that's consistent weekly. That's what I'm gonna listen to. You tell me what to do, right? But you got no leg to stand on. So you're right when you say that. I've been noticing that a lot more.
Now Maresca's asking him to not pass out from the back anymore. Petrovic, in my eyes, goes even further ahead of him, because that was the criticism of Petrovic before. That's why I loaned him up, because he wasn't good on distribution or very good. Yeah. I think Petrovic make those type of saves that Sanchez does.
Easy, comfortably. By the way,
Petrovic save away at Luton basically got us 3 points when we were 3-0 up and it went to 3-2. I think Petrovic is a better goalkeeper. I've given up on us buying another goalkeeper. I'm not doing this old Penders is 6'7". He's a next Courtois. I couldn't give a fuck. So I'm not seeing him play. So I don't know what he's going to be and stuff like that. All I know is that Sanchez, I don't want Sanchez, and I don't want Sanchez starting away as number one at the Santiago Bernabeu next season if we get rid of
It'll be too much for him. It'll be too much for him, bro. It'll be too much.
Oh man.
I'm saying, it'll be too much. But listen, we can't move on from this stream without talking about N'Golo Kante. Is that you? Yeah. Moises Caicedo, is the only player to win possession 200 plus times and win 200 plus ground duels in the Prem in 2024-2025. Yeah. And he has also made 114 tackles, bro. This guy has been unbelievable.
That's just yesterday.
Just yesterday, bro. Yeah, exactly. Yesterday. And the fact that in the mainstream media, I'm not seeing man making any teams and that. Listen, I'm not here begging for validation, because I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care what these pundits say. I don't even watch these pundits. Like, most of the time after games, I just turn the TV. Yeah, I turn the TV off and I go do my fan cam, or I go get on with my life. I don't listen to these guys, so I don't need their validation, right? But he has been so good, bro. He's been world class this season. He's had a world class season, right? And maybe now that we're in Champions League, you'll start to get more respect from people that are bigging up game cubes that are scoring free kicks
on the global stage, mate.
That's what's gonna give man the PR. That Champions League is what's gonna give man the PR, bro. Right? Jem, what have you thought about Caicedo this season, bro? Because he has been unbelievable. He's been unbelievable.
Yeah, he's just been a machine, isn't he? He's been a revelation. And when people say, when you talk about £100 million spent, and you talk about certain players, the majority of the time is that they're not worth it, or they haven't played to their value, or they're not good enough. This is the one player I don't think anyone can sit and say he ain't worth every penny. I am so glad that we did hijack him from Liverpool eventually and never gave up and got him back over to Chelsea, because he's a bit of everything for me. He has the quality he has the vision of understanding the game and how it's played. He's always a step ahead of everyone. He knows that mid defender that he's up against is going to pass that ball to that midfielder, and before it gets to him, he's going to take the ball from him. He's so aware of danger, being able of danger, of being able to shut it down. On top of that, people undermine his passing ability. Yeah, I'm pretty sure his passing percentage rate is probably up there with one of with the top midfielders in terms of like completions. He's been that good with his passing. He's physical. He's all-round physical game. He's understanding of his system and his role. You got to bear in mind, this guy's just left alone and he's in the middle.
How did we get off of Sanchez, man? I thought we were talking about Sanchez. What?
We're not talking about Sanchez. We're talking about someone relevant right now. We're talking about Caicedo. But this guy understanding the role and the way that he plays that role on his own. Yeah, I don't think there's many players in world football that can do what he does. But and it does come with the fact that he's got the energy. But it also comes for me. The big thing with Caicedo, more than anything for me, is his in-game IQ. It's how he understands where to be, when to not go, when to stay. The only thing he does have a tendency to sometimes be a bit annoying about is in his head. He thinks he can win every tackle. And yesterday he done one where it was like he got a yellow card for it. It was on Gibbs White. Gibbs White was in front of him, and he just literally swiped his legs. Like, when you were a kid at school and they trip you up, he literally did that to Gibbs White. And he got a yellow, and I was like, "Come on, Caicedo, man! Like, you're more sharper than that. You don't need to be doing that." But in terms of his overall performance this season, he has been a revelation. He has, the fact that he's kept fit and he's played every game this season. Who was the other player? Who was the other player other than him to play every game this season? Azpilicueta. If you remember, full season, 38 games, So Yeah, mate, he's a revelation. He's quality. He's going to be with us for a long time. And yeah,
He
we always seem to find a really good midfielder, don't we? Whether it's Makelele, Essie, and Kante. Now it's
It's Chelsea heritage. It's honestly
Yeah.
Chelsea heritage. So, and you can even see here as well on the ball, he is so good, right? No midfielder has registered more successful final third passes than Caicedo during the season. Obviously, only Guardiola and Van Dijk have registered more. And that again, that backs up what my eyes are showing me, because when I see Caicedo get on the ball couch, you see him, you just get it and you just clip it to the wingers, or you clip it to the striker, or you play a through ball in between the lines, or you punch it to someone, right? And that's where I'm looking at it, and I'm like, bro, Kante was a great ball winner. For me, I haven't seen a better ball winner, right? Caicedo is an elite ball winner as well. But the difference between the two is on the ball, Caicedo for me is better than what Kante was on the ball. Like Kante was tidy in the tight areas and that, like he could get around the pitch. He was good progressing with the ball. But when it came to just the sort of passing range, for me, Caicedo is the better player, bro. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. No, I don't know how you can classify better player. Like I think Kante's legend. Like just what he's done, what he does well, he does at a level that not anyone has been able to do. But yeah, if you're looking at the passing range, without question, it's the angles that he's able to like do these one-touch passes at that I think is most effective. Like with Caicedo, that guy, he'll get it one time, clip it, and it's like a 90-degree pass off to the flank. You know what I mean? Or the through balls, he doesn't really see. We don't really see a lot of that just because of where he's playing in the injury room. He's not really. He's pressured so much that he has to get rid of the ball more quickly than being able to thread through those through balls. But the angles that he's able to pick passes at, to me, are second to none. Like it's crazy. It's crazy to me. Like 45 degrees, 60 degrees, 70 degree, 90 degree, all those passes are pinpoint. So yeah, you're not wrong when you say like his passing acumen is elite. It's absolutely elite. And he's been everything for us this year. Like there's no reason, there's a reason why he was credited as Chelsea's best player this year. That's factual. He hasn't really scored a lot of goals. He hasn't really assisted a lot, but what he meant to that midfield and holding this team together defensively in transition, like snuffing out danger, he's been the guy. And the difference between this year and last year for me was just last year he was a little bit too rash in the challenges, whereas now he feels like he's a little bit more composed. And when he's going and he's winning the ball at a better rate than he was last year. So, yeah, man, we got a man monster on us. I'm not gonna lie, man. This guy.
Before you come in, Andrew, this is what I'm waiting for as well, bro. When we see this guy further up the pitch, he's gonna be scaring those defenders, bro. Because I'm telling you, Caicedo counter pressing from the front is a problem. He won us a penalty against Spurs, counter pressing from the front. We won a penalty against Liverpool, counter pressing from the front, right? The other day when we scored in the Conference League, it was him counter pressing from the front. He's not going to let teams play out when he gets moved up there, Andrew. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, to Couch's point about like last year to this year. I mean, man was on. I remember about 4 or 5 games. He was on 9 yellow cards. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. He negotiated that beautifully and was able to avoid a two game ban against like an Arsenal or a Spurs or something like that. So it shows maturity of him. He is, we're about to give him a contract extension as longer than some people's mortgages at this rate. Do you know what I mean? So it's like it's well deserved. Yeah, he's a revelation. I sort of get the biggest compliment I can give him is actually I think he's a hybrid of Kante and Essien. To some level. I wouldn't say like he's better at either at the moment, because I think he's got a long way to go in that. But I'm also at the point of, this is going to sound weird to say, I don't want him to be our best player going forward. Do you understand what I'm saying? I need it to be an attacking player. Do you know what I mean? I need it to be, I want him to be up there as one of the best players, but I need it to be a Cole Palmer again. I need it to be a striker that's coming in again, a wide player that's coming in again, like he's going to win us all the goals. It's like Liverpool. It's like Liverpool this year. Salah's obviously the best player, but McAllister and Gravenberch had great seasons as well. I want it like that.
What you're trying to say, I think what you're trying to say, Andrew, is Caicedo's our most important player. Is what you're saying?
Caicedo's our most important player. He's most important. He's more Now, people might think Lav will be a better midfielder in the way he does it and better press resistant, but he's not available all the time. Caicedo, I'm sure we had the same expression when Caicedo. I can't remember if it was against West Ham or Wolves when Caicedo looked like he sprained his knee in like the first half. I think I heard everyone at that stadium, it was on telly. I heard the wind go, even though it's an open air stadium, I heard everyone's breath go like that because I did it at home. I'm talking about this whole game.
He was limping about, but he still managed to play well.
But I need him to be. He doesn't need to play every game next season. He just needs to play all the big games and all the important games. You know what I mean? He needs to play a lot of games, but with like a Santos coming in and a Sugu coming in and stuff like that. Hopefully a more healthier Lavia as well. We don't need to run him into the ground. Remember, he's only 22, 21,
23 now.
23, sorry. 23, he's been excellent this season. He's moved on from, and credit to Poch as well last season. He got a good tune out of him because he played very well the second half of last season. So credit to that. But he's gone on even further. And I think he's very much his captain material as well. He when Enzo was out for that little short stint, I'm sure he took the captain's armband and stuff like that. But yeah, he's very good. He's earned it, and he is a player who deserves to play in position. He deserves to play at the Bernabeu. He deserves to play at home to Bayern Munich and stuff like that. He deserves to play away at Barcelona and stuff like that. He's a player that deserves it, and yeah, good on him. And that no one mentions the £115 million about this guy anymore. No one mentions it. Even the most ardent Chelsea haters, they don't mention about his price tag anymore because it's cheap. It's cheap.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, this one here, if I was watching Caicedo doing this for Liverpool, I would be absolutely fuming, bro, because this is a guy I was even saying that for me, he's better player than Rice. Like there's no debate. When I'm watching both of them, it's clear. I'm not even just saying this as a Chelsea fan. I was saying this when he was at Brighton because I used to watch a lot of Brighton games, bro. I liked what De Zerbi was doing. Cole was on loan with him as well, and this guy was balling out the same way, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? But yeah, honestly, Champions League nights for this guy, that's when he's really gonna start to get that respect, yeah. And this is where I'm saying, Jim, that these sporting directors they cannot fuck up this recruitment, bro, because we can't be having guys like Caicedo. Don't forget we had Kante at this club, yeah, and it's a disgrace what he won at Chelsea, bro. Like this guy should have won a lot more in his career, yeah, at Chelsea specifically. I know he will take the Prem at Leicester. I know he will take the Prem at Chelsea. I know he will take the World Cup and that, but when you really break it down, Kante and Hazard in their last few years at Chelsea, right? They didn't compete against Man City and Liverpool once. You know what I mean? We won the league. We finished 30 points behind Man City 2 years running, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? And that was because of how poor our recruitment was. So when you've got gems like this in the team, Jim, you cannot waste them. You cannot waste them again. You have to make sure that you're bringing the right tools, the right players to come in and help these guys be successful. It's like right now you go buy a Lamborghini Urus, yeah? You're going to make sure that you're going to Texaco or BP to put petrol in that car. You ain't going to be going to the supermarkets. You're not going to go to Tesco or Asda to go get the watered down petrol. You'll be getting the top notch. And that's how we've got to treat these players. You put top notch players next to them so they're not wasted. Because these guys.
It's a big summer, man. That's why it's a big summer, Don, isn't it?
It's a big summer, bro. It's a big summer, Jim.
Man. Especially this one.
Simon Phillips said Chelsea after 2 strikers this summer.
Yeah,
that's news.
I've had a feeling about this for time.
I stopped listening after you said Simon Phillips. Just so you just put that out there. But yeah, go on.
I think this
we're gonna get two.
Person to say it.
I think we're gonna get 2, bro. I've been saying this for a minute. I can't even lie to you. Let me even read it out here to the people.
Just what to? What to is the problem.
So he says here, Chelsea are after 2 strikers this summer, as reported on a site 3 months ago. Delap and Ekitike, the most worked on. Sesko there. They're contemplating moving forward for Osimhen again. Plenty of work going on. Situations changing daily. Chelsea want at least 1 new striker for the Club World Cup.
And that's what I said a while ago. It seemed like they want to get one in now. And remember, I just said that? I said it seemed like they want to get one in now. And it will still give them time to work on another one.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
I was going to mention that when we were talking about like what's coming up in the next little, like that, like if the interest right now, the names that we're being associated with right now are the ones that we want to get over the line immediately because of the Club World Cup. You know, like the bigger, whatever you want to consider a bigger target or whatever, those are going to happen over a course of time, and it's not going to happen before
that
June.
right away. Yeah, you're right.
So
those deals normally drag out anyway.
If they are going for Osimhen, it's not going to happen overnight. You know, we know this anyway. Like, you know what I mean? It's going to be.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. We need. What do you not think that means for Jackson now? Because I'm seeing a few people thinking that Jackson's going to get sold.
You're gonna have to fight for a spot.
Exactly.
Huey going on loan, bro. Huey's going.
Mark Hugh, I think we'll go Strasbourg if this happens.
Apparently he's staying. I don't see us keeping.
Not staying. It depends on. You can't say what's happening before you know what you have coming in.
Until we know what happens.
I guarantee you, whoever comes in, if it's any of the names that we're linked with right now, none of those guys are going on loan, which would mean that he has absolutely no opportunities to play. So,
and he needs to.
Even this season as is, he didn't play that much, so he needs to go on loan.
Well, he would have if he didn't get injured on the same time as Jackson. It was the same game, wasn't it?
Irrespective, he did not play a lot of football this year, so he's got to go on loan
the only way
some football.
The only way Gui stays is even if we sign the 2 ones and you sell Jackson.
Gui.
It's Mac Gill.
Gui, bro.
Gui. Oh, no.
One of my boys told me. One of my boys rang me yesterday saying Gui. I'm like, bro.
Gui.
Mac Gill.
Do you know what, Smith? I'm going to call him Smith from now on. It's easier.
We call you Dave, right? I say Gil. Now.
It's like asking a quote and I couldn't pronounce it.
Andrew, if we get Ekatike, good luck trying to pronounce that one, yeah? Etikaka? We got Etikaka?
Teacup.
Struggling with that one?
Etikaka?
Let Andrew land. Go on. Sorry,
I can I be honest with you guys? I think Osimhen's never happening. I just don't think it's ever happening. I think you should give up on that dream. I just don't think it's ever happening. They'll use the excuse of wages, even though our wages go up now, so they'll use that excuse. But I just don't think it's happening. I don't see us ever linked to Gyökeres anymore, so I don't think that's happening.
That could just be because of.
No. I'm just going off what I'm seeing right now.
No, for sure. But what we're seeing right now is the immediate target. We want to get somebody right now for the Club World Cup. I don't know if you could look at like what's happening right now and say that that's what the rest of the summer is going to like roll.
The only problem could be is who we're going for. They're all very close in age. You know what I mean? There's no like a 3-4 year.
That's what I'm worried about
in between them and stuff like that. And usually you have old school thinking is you have a young striker with a more experienced striker. They take it in turns and stuff like that. I agree. Yeah. I'm not. Listen, I'm getting mixed reports and TKT, what his name is, stuff like that. I'm not thrilled with Frankfurt's recent history on strikers either. They don't fulfill. I'm not like woo and stuff like that. The Delap's got his own issues. You know what I mean? He needs developing still.
Delap, Jesus Christ! I watched that. Jesus, man, I watched the video of Delap.
Yeah, I might have frozen out there, but anyway, yeah. So, yeah, I might have frozen out there, but yeah.
No, you're good now. You're good now.
No, Chels on a mission to get Osimhen here, but I just.
So what we're saying is, then, what we're saying is just quickly is the market is whack because we're talking about getting. Young players. So think of it like this, right? We can get 2 strikers, to take us to the next level, which is what? Consistently making Champions League football. And I said to Couch today, if we hit 69 points, we probably want to try and hit what? 75 to 80 something points if we can, right? We want to stay in that bracket and compete, right? So you've got all this money that's coming in now, and you look at the market and you go, right, how do we operate? What are we going to do? You know, we're talking about Delap. We're talking about Ekitike, whatever his name is. Yeah, we're talking about Osimhen potentially. Yeah, and that's it. There's nothing else. Gyökeres is there. I don't really understand why would that side of it. Gyökeres is there for 50 million. They said today. Yeah, sterling. Yeah, with 175k wage roll. Yeah. So if you're going to go and get a young individual like a Delap, who you know is not I think he's a box presence, but I don't think he's clinical. I don't think he's nowhere near that from what I've seen of him. If you're going to go and get someone like a Delap, you need to have someone that's a bit more experienced with that. Personally, what I would have done is maybe gone for someone else like again, this is just a preference, a Mateta, someone that can come in and he's been playing for a while for Palace. He can give you goals. He's physical. He's a box presence. He contributes to the style of how they play as well. I can see him being a problem in a team like that with us. And then on top of that, you go and get yourself, what I would do is, I'd probably get a Gyökeres, which is not going to happen. So my point being is the market itself is thinned, but we need 2 strikers. So what are we going to do? We're just going to go and get 2. Are we going to go down the same route of getting just 2 youngsters? Because we're hearing Delap and Ekitike from Frank. What does that mean for us moving forward, though? Where does that position us going into next season? Are we now solidifying ourselves in Champions League with these 2 plus Jackson?
I think that those 2 would probably get us Champions League, but that's not the target right now, right? Like if we're spending like upwards of another 100 million on strikers or whatever it is, the goal has to be to contend, right? We have to be contending. Like I don't want to just be showing face in the Champions League, man. I want to win the Champions League. I don't know how
spend
you
money.
feel about it. Yeah. Like it's not about just like. But again, like even with that said, I don't know if any of the targets that have been shouted out or reached out to. I don't know if any of them, vault us to the top of the Premier League. I just don't think that we've seen enough from any of those targets to feel like confident that like this guy's going to launch us to the top of the Premier League. Because I know we can make the argument it's just goals. We just need goals. But it's not just about the goals. It's about how you're scoring those goals. It's about how we play versus how the striker play. Like all that stuff is such a factor for me. And I just haven't seen a lot of how we play fit the mold of the strikers that we've been linked with. That's just the long short of it.
That's what I keep saying. For me, from how we play, our style of play, I think Osimhen would suit us best because I see the sort of chances we create, and he's an amazing box presence, bro. And Couch, I think, look, what it is, you're never going to get a perfect striker, bro. Right?
No, of course not.
You're never going to get a perfect striker. We have to work with what we're working with right now because we're all shopping in the same place. The good thing is, Couch, we're all shopping in Harrods right now, right? Because we've got Champions League football. So they haven't got that excuse of now trying to shop in B&M. There's a shop called B&M. That's where you get things a little bit cheaper, right? We're not trying to shop. We're shopping.
I think we're in Tesco's personally right now.
Bro, we're in Harrods, Jem. UCL is Harrods, bro. So I don't want to be.
Yeah, I'm talking about the striker options. It's more like Tesco's and Sainsbury's.
The sort of chances I see being created by this team, yeah, bro. Like, there's so many strikers that are burying those chances, bro. Trust me. There's so many.
I said it's a couch.
that are burying those chances. It's all about right now just trying to get the best one out of the bunch. But if we miss out on a Gyökeres, for example, I'm not overly panicking because there's other people there, innit? You know what I mean? There's other people.
I wonder if he goes Liverpool or Man or them.
Mateta's only got 1 year left in his contract.
What's going on there?
What's happening? You go like a robot, man.
What was that, man?
That's some optimist shit. What happened there, Andrew? You good?
He did say Mateta's got 1 year in his contract, I heard, which is,
Man came back like Bumble, Bumble.
Yeah.
It was that Mateta one contract.
I'm saying, bro. But anyway, let's finish it. Let's finish up now, people. It's been a solid show. Tomorrow I'm going to be back with for the Chelsea breakdown. I think Javon, you got Tobes and Alexis should be there as well. But listen, large up, man. Big up Saeed in the chat as well. We had some solid numbers today, man. Over 350 people watching at one point. So make sure that you lot smash up the lights before you leave. Jimmy, what have you got coming up, bro, man? Love for your time, bro.
Nothing.
Everyone follow him up on Twitter, man.
Oh, wait. I got my smoking on your pack series. All you motherfuckers that went in on Maresca, your video will be on my Twitter with you saying stupid shit. Stupid shit y'all was saying during the season about this manager. You're all gonna be exposed. All of you.
Listen, everyone follow my TikTok as well. You're going to be seeing a lot of clips weekly from the show. Big up everyone that's been tuning into the show as well. Jem, are you back on your Twitter now?
Oh yeah, I was on GNA TV today. It was all right, to be fair. I was with Couch on there, but I'm still debating on doing a new one. I'll talk to you off here in it. I need to get it set up today.
What was the name you
tomorrow.
had again, though?
Bro, stop delaying this thing, man. Just do it.
What was
I
that
know,
name you
but
had,
I just don't know whether to like just continue with GNA and just try and follow it through. But I know it's
Rebrand, man.
rebrand. Yeah, I'm gonna rebrand. I think.
Man.
Yeah,
Just rebrand it, man. But yeah, big up, man. Andrew, listen, people, you know where to find him. Oh, you wait, hold on. Try talk, bro. Let's see if we can hear you.
Hello.
Yeah,
you
you're
can
fine.
hear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just follow me if you want to. I don't really care if you follow me or not. And I appear what I'm on, or I tweet out what I'm watching, or what you should be watching, or what I think you should be watching. But more importantly, subscribe to everyone here who's got channels and stuff like that. And obviously, Don with this channel, I'm sure we'll be here for the Club World Cup stuff, the transfer news, and everything like that. So we'll be here, and just enjoy yourself, and just let those I call them losers and grifters just let them know that they they can hold that L. They can hold that L. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Hold it.
And Couch, have you got anything coming up, bro? Any reviews you done?
I might get into like this striker debate and start like analyzing them, put them on the chat or on my page. But I told Jem earlier, if he comes close to naming his new show, anything close to Echoes of the Bridge, he ain't seen me on. That's some corny ass shit, man. That's some corny ass shit, bro.
This guy was asking me.
I was gonna call it proper Chels. Proper Chels. Proper
You're
Chels.
now back to Echoes at the Bridge with Gems.
Yeah, man. Leave that one out. Leave that one out.
Anyhow, guys, I gotta take off, but pleasure, love.
No. We're gonna finish up now anyway, people. But yeah, like I said, listen, road to 10K. Love for all the support during the season, people. You know what I mean? This show is growing, man. And we're not even on episode 50 yet of Blue Diaries. You know what I'm trying to say? These guys, these are my Chelsea brothers, man. You know what I'm saying, people? But Champions League, baby, we're fucking back, blood.